Hey guys, welcome back to another show. Welcome to the Do a Little podcast. I'm your host Brian.
And I'm your host, Marcus.
That's it. And before we get into, I would like to read a little Bible verse. This is Ephesians 6:12. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual um forces of evil heavenly places. So, what did you get from that? Did you get anything from that, or do you need me to break it down a little bit for
No,
you?
I mean, basically, what it's getting at is we're in a spiritual battle every day. It's not a flesh battle,
Exactly.
it's a spiritual battle. It's a,
Exactly.
a spiritual battle against good versus evil. And that if we're not seeking the right things, it's easily to be misled
That's it.
to the
That's
wrong
it.
paths.
That's
And
it.
then if we sit here and let ourselves get led to the wrong paths, then we're not going to be okay spiritually, and our lives aren't going to be what we're wanting it to be and what God wants it to be, is what
That's
I got
it.
from it.
That's it. All right. Awesome. What I got of it, basically the same thing that you just said. That in this crazy world that we live in, unfortunately, there is good and there is evil. I'm a believer in Christ, so my good is obviously God, and the evil is obviously the devil. And like how he said, this is bigger than us. It's bigger than this flesh and blood. And there is evil, as much as we hate to admit it. There is evil, and like how he said, we just have to fight against that evilness with the goodness, and the goodness comes from God. So that's what I took from it. You guys can chime in. You guys can post your comments. And I did get a little tongue twisted reading the little scripture. I'm sorry about that, but I tried my best. And let's get started. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of basketball today. We're gonna do a little 5-on-5.
We
I'm
already
gonna
know who's going to be the better team. We
take-
already
it's
know.
gonna be me.
It's
It's
going to be
gonna be
me.
me.
It's
I'm
going to be
daddy.
me.
I'm
Nah,
daddy.
nah. And don't be afraid to chime in and let us know what team you think is going to win
Listen,
on
it's
a
gonna be me,
best of
bro.
seven
It's gonna be
championship on the
me.
line. Who's going to come out on top?
It's
It's
going
definitely
to
going to be my team.
nah. And by the way, y'all boys, it's gonna be and girls. Sorry. It's gonna be all time. So
All time NBA.
from the start of basketball started to nowadays. 5 on
And I'm gonna
five.
be such a nice guy. I'm gonna let my younger brother have first pick so he can get
He want
anybody
me
he
to have
wants.
first pick.
So
How
I do
sweet.
not have to hear any excuses on why he took this L.
All right, all right. So you ready to get into it?
Let's get into it.
That's it. All right, beautiful. So my first pick is going to be Shaq Diesel, dominant in the paint, big man. Yes, he cannot shoot a three and he cannot shoot foul shots, but that's okay. That is okay because in the paint he's going to be unstoppable. All right, and he will get fouled. I know he's going to get
Yo,
fouled because that's the only way you can
he
guard
cut
that
out.
big guy.
Well,
That's
hold
it.
on, you cut out. You cut out, Brian. You cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can now.
I'm
So
sorry.
you said the last thing we heard is something about in the paint. He's gonna be
He's
in
going to
the
be
paint.
dominant in the paint. The only way he cannot be stopped, he's going to get fouled every single time. And I know he's not going to hit them foul shots. So, me as a coach, I'm going to tell Shaq, bounce it off that rim, and grab the rebound, and go back up again, baby. But that's my first pick. Go ahead. That's why I picked him. But go ahead.
So he was definitely on my draft board, but you snagged him. So I'm gonna have to go to Mr. Six Rings himself, the
Okay.
one and only GOAT that's ever been
Okay.
in the league,
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, that's a good one. But you know what? I have someone that can stop him. Kobe Bryant, his little protege. Come on, man. He studied his game. He studied his
I
film. He studied his
I
moves.
feel like Michael Jordan is the better pick out of them two.
Ah, Shaq and Kobe.
Kobe, listen,
Shaq and Kobe.
Kobe,
That's all I need.
that's
That's all
not
I
me
need.
taking anything away from Kobe. So nobody think I'm taking anything away from Kobe. But in my personal opinion, Michael Jordan defensively and offensively,
Yeah.
too good.
Don't. I think that would actually be a great freaking matchup, and the reason why I say that, because if Kobe's playing against Michael Jordan, right? They both are going to be
And this is
dominant offense,
prime Michael Jordan,
and
prime
prime
Kobe.
Kobe. Their defense on each other is going to be impeccable. It's going to be impeccable. They're going to have to be smart about what they do and how they do it.
And
So
nobody
that's a
really
great
has an
matchup.
upper advantage. That is a great matchup. Nobody has a upper advantage. They're both 6'6". I believe both their length arm reach is like 6'9" or something like that. They have a 6'9" wingspan. So like neither one of them have like a upper hand on the other. It's just gonna come down to who wants it more.
That's it. But like I said,
Okay. Okay, so my next pick. All right. You went big on your first pick. I'm gonna have to go Victor Wembanyama.
oh, you talking about Victor Wembam, your mama? Come on, now you got him. He's a pencil.
Listen, footwork,
nah, I'm just kidding.
footwork
I'm just
shooting.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Listen, footwork shooting. He's good on defense. He's nice
Mhm.
in the paint. He's
Mhm.
just he just needs a little bit more time in the
Mhm.
NBA and a little bit more discipline, and I think he's going to be something.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. His footwork is nice, and for a tall dude, and the videos I'll be watching of him, like the highlights and stuff like that, is the step back three as a tall dude, and he's doing it. He's crossing people up. He's going into the paint. I feel like he's unstoppable in today's NBA. But with Shaq posting him up, he can't get past Shaq. He ain't getting past Diesel.
Listen, he's got a first step on Shaq.
But
Shaq,
listen,
listen, Shaq is gonna. This is exactly what's gonna happen. Listen to me. Shaq's going to meet him at the 3-point line. Wembenyama is going to act like he's going to drive in, get Shaq to turn his hips because that's what Shaq's going to have to do is turn his hips to try to chase him down. And then that's when Wembenyama is going to hit his step back. And Shaq's got his momentum going this way because he's already turned his hip and he's going to be off balance. He's not going to be able to regain to defend that step back. I'm
all
telling
right,
you.
all right, that's fine. But also with the way that I catch this is my opinion, guys. By the way, from me watching Victor play, I feel like Victor is more dominant when he can do both. When he can take it to the paint or when he can shoot three. And Shaq is gonna stop him being taken into the paint. So if Victor has to rely on that post game in that three, I think that's gonna lower Victor's confidence right now. Right now in the NBA, right now, this is my opinion off about what I see right now. Maybe in a couple years he might gain more confidence to where he just shooting like Steph. You know what I'm saying? And he can take it in wherever he wants to. But right now, I feel like if Shaq stops him in the paint, that's going to destroy his confidence level, and it's going to be game over, bro. It's going to be game over.
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. So, who's your next pick?
All right, see, I got Shaq, Kobe. I'm gonna throw in a point guard. You already know I got Kyrie Irving, boy. AI's better than Curry. Kyrie Irving.
All right, that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick
Mm-hmm.
at all.
That's a
Mm.
that's a threat right there. He got the crossovers. He got the
Hey, I'm
passes.
gonna have to do it to you. I'm gonna get Tracy McGrady. You talk about a
Ooh.
6'9" small forward,
Oh,
good defense, good scoring. I
oh,
mean,
Tracy. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a freaking good one. But you know who I'm going to go with next? Go ahead and
who?
crown him. LeBron James. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir. My team is
So,
already won with just four
so
people, bro.
no, nah,
With four people,
absolutely
I
not.
won. I just destroyed it.
Absolutely not.
I
My
destroyed
team,
it.
my team is more balanced with scoring and defense.
So
All my
mine is it?
players, all my players can score and defend
Kyrie got
at
defense.
every level.
Mine
At
too.
Shaquille O'Neal can't score behind a 3-point,
All
and
right. All right, but he's
Victor's tall
dominant
and
in the
lanky.
paint.
Victor's tall and lanky, so he's going. I'm not saying he's going to
All right, I
completely
see what
stop
you're
Shaq.
saying. I see what you're
I'm
saying.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's going to completely stop Shaq, but he's going to get some stops on Shaq because of his length and
Mhm.
height.
Mhm.
Shaq is going to outmuscle him and outbody him. We already know that. But
Mhm.
because of Victor's athleticism and his length and height, it's not going to be a good match, Brian. It's not. I'm letting you know that right now. All
Mhm.
right, so you went LeBron James on it.
Uh huh.
I'm about to have to do it to you.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking balance and scoring, right?
Uh huh. AI.
Give me Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh. Kawhi Leonard. So let me see who you got. You got Michael Jordan.
I got Michael Jordan,
You got
Victor
Victor,
Wembanyama,
um, Tracy McGrady,
and
and then you just
Kawhi.
picked up Kawhi.
Yeah, and
Dang,
we
right now
both
I got
got one
Shaq.
pick left.
Shaq is on Victor. Kobe's guarding Michael Jordan because that's the only person I have to guard Michael Jordan. Um,
Paul George is gonna shut Kyrie down. Paul George defensively is too nice.
you said Paul George. That's even Kawhi.
Or yeah, Kawhi. My bad. My bad.
And look, your last thing about you, Paul George, ain't it? You just blew it. I'm about to steal it from you. Nah, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna do that. But so I got Shaq on Victor. I got Kobe on Michael Jordan. I got LeBron James on Tracy McGrady. I got I
So who
can't
you
have
got guarding Kawhi? You got Kyrie guarding Kawhi?
nah. Dang, bro. Mmm. Mmm. This is a tough
You
one, bro.
better pick who. You better
This
pick up who I just mentioned.
Paul George.
His
I,
defense and offense, he's nice.
I don't know because I got faith in Russell, bro. But I
But that
cannot. I
your lineup is so short.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't pick Russell. I'm not picking Russell. I'm just saying, bro.
You gonna run 2 point
I'm a.
guards? That's a
I'm just
horrible
gonna have to
lineup.
go Giannis. I'm gonna have to go Giannis on this one.
Okay, I like that one. I
I'm gonna
like
have
that
to go
pick.
Giannis.
Now I'm about to just do you, bro. I'm about to
It's a
just end it.
mismatch. You about to mismatch it.
I'm about to just end it.
You about to mismatch it. Go ahead.
Allen Iverson.
Ooh, nah. That's a good one. Kyrie on AI, bro. They both got the handles. They both are shifty. They both
Yeah,
know what
and
to do.
but but Allen
Oh.
Iverson defensively is a little bit better than Kyrie, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
give you that.
Defensively.
I give you
So
that.
now AI is gonna lock down Kyrie.
No, no,
Yeah,
you ain't locking down
yeah,
Kyrie
yeah,
offense, bro. Especially with the people he has around him. Freaking Giannis, Shaq,
bro.
Kobe,
Kawhi's
LeBron.
about to lock Giannis down.
Bro, I'm
Actually,
telling you.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna put Kawhi on LeBron James because Kawhi's not as big as Tracy, and put
Uh-huh.
Tracy on Giannis.
Bro, Giannis gonna eat him alive, bro. You don't want to do that.
Do you not realize how big Tracy McGrady was, Brian?
Nah, not really. But I didn't know you ain't stopping Giannis, bro.
I'm telling you right now, my team got that
But
all day.
I know T Mac was great, bro. But as far as remembering his size, I don't think he ain't built like that. He
He's
just
not built
not.
like that, but he's big.
He was
He's
tall.
big. He
Yeah.
was a big small forward. He should have
Hmm.
been playing power forward. He was a power forward body playing small forward.
Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. Honestly, bro, I feel like
He was
the
like, I believe Giannis is what, like 6'9", 6'10".
I think it's around there. Yeah. Something like
Tracy
that.
McGrady was like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". I think
Yeah.
Giannis might be like 6'10", 6'11". I don't think he's 7 foot.
Nah, he's not 7 foot. He's
But
not reaching
either
six,
way,
7 foot.
Tracy McGrady and him height wise is right there.
Yeah.
Athletically, Tracy McGrady takes that athletically.
Nah, bro. I got the two most dominant chase down blockers there are, LeBron James and Giannis, bro. You're not getting past them. And even then, I'm gonna have Diesel in the paint.
Okay? Who cooked all of them players at one time?
Nobody. Cause my
Allen
team going to
Iverson.
win.
Allen Iverson. Allen
Hey.
Iverson gave Kobe the work. He gave Michael Jordan the work. He gave
Uh-huh.
Shaq the work. He gave
Okay.
LeBron the work.
Okay. I still think my five is going to be more dominant than your five. And
Nah,
you know
nah,
what?
nah.
I'm going to challenge our viewers. When I don't know if is Victor in this new 2K that's coming out or that's out now or no.
I don't know. I don't play 2K like that.
Well, this is what I'm gonna need someone to do. I'm gonna need someone to get that five against that five. If it's possible, I'm pretty sure it'll be possible in 2K because you're allowed to play with anybody
Yeah,
on
you can do
blacktop.
all time.
Run a game and see who comes out. Just see who comes out. We can even do that one of these days. I'm telling you, my
I'm
team
down.
is gonna
I'm
come
telling you,
out.
my team is gonna win. You're
All
talking
right.
about Victor, Michael Jordan, Kawhi Leonard, Tracy McGrady, and Allen Iverson.
Uh-huh. All right. We're gonna see one of these days. One of these days, our next video, we're gonna
Listen,
be on a game and we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna see what team comes out.
I guess we are. I
That's
guess that's
that's
how that's
all
gonna
that's gonna
go,
be. Cause I'm telling you, you're not stopping my team, bro.
bro.
Ain't
I'm
nobody
telling you,
stopping Kobe. Ain't nobody stopping LeBron James when
Michael
LeBron James
Jordan is
wants to play,
locking Kobe up.
bro.
Kawhi Leonard's already locked LeBron James up several times to win the spur with the Spurs when Tim Duncan was there and Kawhi came out. His first year in the NBA locked LeBron down.
Mm,
That was prime LeBron too when he was still with the Cavaliers before he went to the Heat.
mm, mm. I don't think
Uh-huh.
I don't think
Uh-huh.
so.
You need to look up your highlights, my boy. You need to look up your highlights.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I really don't. I really don't. I don't see it happening. I just
I'm
don't.
telling you. Tell
Wait, who gets
athlete
ball first? Are we shooting? Are we shooting for ball? This is
we're doing
theoretically
jump ball, which I'm gonna win because of Victor.
no. I'm gonna put y'all. Shoot.
I'm winning that.
We
So
gonna get a
I get
foul.
ball
We gonna
first.
get a foul off the tip ball. That's what we gonna do.
Nah. Nah. Definitely not.
uh, that's
Nah.
exactly what we gonna do.
Nah.
Or I remember seeing this highlight of this high school game, and when they did jump ball, the kid went behind and the guy
Oh
hit the
yeah,
ball.
I saw that
That's what
too.
I'm gonna tell Giannis to do. Let Victor tip it out, go behind, and catch that motherfucker. That's it.
Nah, I'm telling you right now, that's not what's about to happen. We about to
That's
get
it.
ball first, and we're gonna control the tempo, control the
Hmm.
pace, play at our speed. We're gonna speed it up sometimes during the game just to slow it down to keep y'all off track and keep y'all off rhythm. And we taking it home.
Mm.
It's not a 4-0 sweep, but I say like 5-1, 6-2.
Mm. It's going to game seven. If this is best out of
Nah,
seven, it's
nah,
going to go to game
nah.
seven, and
We
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 coming out on
finishing it
top.
before game 7. It don't go to game 7.
Why? Can you say Michael Jordan never went to game seven? Well, he's about to go to game seven this time. I'm
Nah,
telling you. I'm
history
telling
repeats
you.
itself, and he's got 2 3 peats and never went to a game 7. He's not about to let it go to
Which is
another one.
crazy, bro. Because I think about that. Michael Jordan retired and went to baseball. Was it for 2 years, right?
I think it was like a year and a half, 2 years,
A
something
year,
like
something
that.
like that. Imagine if he never retired and like went to baseball. Imagine
I
he would have
mean,
probably got more repeats. He would have been
you can only assume he would have won what, like
that would have been six, seven, eight
eight. It
rings.
would have been 8 straight.
8 straight, bro. That is wild. That is wild to even think about that.
I mean, because at that time, who else was
Hey,
beating him?
princess. Hey, guys. This is my
Hey, baby
daughter.
girl,
This is my
Amelia.
daughter. Say
What's up,
hi.
gorgeous?
Hi. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Go ahead. How old are you?
What's your Amelia? What's your favorite color?
You're 4. Okay. And what's your favorite color? Um, Do I have a favorite color? Purple and purple. Pink. Ooh,
Purple.
pink and
What?
pink.
That's Olivia's favorite color too.
And what's your favorite animal?
Uh-oh.
Unicorn.
A what? A
Unicorn.
unicorn. So do you
Unicorn
like
with wings.
princesses or mermaids?
Mermaid. You like mermaids?
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay, I like
okay.
that. I like that. I love you. You wanna show them our handshake? Come on, let's show them our handshake. Come on. What's that right there?
Uh-oh. Y'all got a
Let's show
handshake.
them our handshake. Ready?
You made a handshake with Daddy before you made a handshake with Uncle Marcus? What?
That's it.
That
That's
is
it.
beautiful. That
That's
is
it.
beautiful.
I love you. Mwah. You know you're my princess. That's it. That's my baby girl. She likes to come on every now and then, be a part of it. That's okay. So what's up, man? Anything new with you though?
No, not really. You see it. I mean, just living life.
That's it,
On the
brother. Same, same.
Waiting to go back on the road with Alyssa. That's all we're doing.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. Can you, if you don't mind,
What do you mean?
elaborate about
Like,
the whole the process about traveling and all of that stuff.
well, I mean,
What's your
so
favorite part about it?
seeing the different things. So
Yeah.
my wife, like a couple of years ago, my wife went into it and she was like, she came home, said, "Hey, I'm going to be a traveling nurse." We're gonna travel the world. We're gonna see things.
That's beautiful.
Let's get a camper.
That's
Go about
beautiful.
it. So we've been all up and down the East Coast so far. That's all
Okay.
we've been. We went to
Nice.
New Jersey, Georgia, Ohio, and then we've also done a lot of different things since we've done that. We've been to New York,
Wow.
Pennsylvania, stuff like that, and
New York is awesome though. I've been
New
there a few
York is
times.
New
When I
York is
used to live
pretty
up
cool.
there in New Jersey and stuff like that. New York is it's if you haven't been there, it's a place to go to experience it. And I'm telling you, what you see in the movies at night with those big billboards, when you go there in person, it's
It's totally different.
totally different.
It is awesome,
Totally different.
and how big them buildings are, it
Bro,
makes you feel like an ant.
I know you just look up and they just keep
Like
going to
it's
the
just
sky,
buildings
bro.
all the way up.
They just
Like you can
keep
see
going.
clouds going through the building. It's like
It's wild. It is
I don't know who the
wild.
heck expects me to go up that high. Like
I know,
I don't
right?
like heights like that. I'm out. I'm out. Alyssa's like, let's go to the World Observatory, which is that the 9/11 memorial.
Uh-huh.
You go all the way up, and it's supposed to be as tall as the two buildings, the two
The Twin
towers.
Towers?
Yeah, the two twin
The Twin
towers is
Towers?
supposed to be as tall as them, and has like an observatory up there where you
Right.
can see all of New York. She's like,
Really?
let's go up there.
Nah.
That's like
Nah.
almost 200, like 100 stories. Like I'm out.
You bet.
I don't even like going to a 10-story hotel. You want me to go
No.
all the way up there? I can barely see where he stops.
Honestly, bro, but
I'm
go ahead.
out.
Keep going. I don't even mean to interrupt you. I just want to stop and talk about New York because it's an amazing place to go and to visit if you haven't been there.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But
Emilio, be
good
careful.
save,
You're
good
knocking
save,
yourself.
good save, good save.
You saw that, right? It was coming. I was like, ah.
But nah, so she was just like, let's travel. So I'm basically a certified stay-at-home house slave, house husband, whatever you want to call me. I don't do anything. I don't work. I make sure.
Well, right now
er,
you do work, right?
no, not really. I was
Okay.
going through fire school and everything, and
Okay.
then I just got out of that, and
Okay.
now we're about to start traveling again. My wife's actually in Kentucky right now. I'll probably leave in
Right.
about a week to go up there with her, and then we're planning on going out somewhere out west because we
Okay.
haven't been out west yet. But
Okay.
it's fun. Like we meet a
That's
lot of
awesome.
people.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
We get to see a lot of different cultures and stuff, and
Right.
it's crazy how every state is different in the United States.
Honestly, if you really sit there and think about it, it is different everywhere you go. Cause I've been to places. Like I said, I used to live in New Jersey. By the way, we're from Virginia. That's where we're born and
Yeah,
raised.
we're born and raised in Virginia.
Yep.
Our adopted family, we are adopted. Our adopted parents, they are from New Jersey. So we
Yep.
spent a lot of time in New
Going
Jersey
back and
with
forth.
our grandparents
Pennsylvania.
and cousins and
Hmm.
sisters and brothers. So we've experienced a lot of things. Like we used to
That's
go to
it.
Pennsylvania. We went to the Eagles training camp, which Eagles are
That
my
was
favorite
amazing.
team,
That was
and
amazing.
it was
That
we've
was
got
amazing.
to do a lot of things.
That was
Like
amazing. But yeah, so for me, like I was saying, we're from Virginia. After I graduated high school, I moved up to New Jersey, and I was living there with my sister and her husband. I was doing a little bit of mechanic work and stuff like that, and I was working in South Philly. And as you're saying, like it is true. Every place is different, and it's because they got their own people, their different cultures. Um, it's not like you're used to your hometown and one thing. I feel like if people stay in their own town and own city for a long time, they they don't get an idea of how much great the world is and different cities is and experience with different cultures
mhm.
and different food, different places, all type of stuff. What they say, the best Philly cheesesteak is where?
uh,
Philadelphia, boy.
yeah,
That's what
but
they say. That's what
nobody,
they say.
but everybody that lives in Philly don't go eat Philly cheesesteaks.
Which is wild though, because I was loving it when I was working in South Philly.
Oh, bro, they got some
Bro,
good Philly cheesesteaks, but you know where all the locals go?
where?
What is that marketplace called? Right by
Oh,
the stadium.
oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I just forgot the name of it.
It's
If
like
any, if any of our viewers out there have know it, just comment or whatever. But man, it's oh my goodness, what is that marketplace called?
I
Yes, baby.
can't remember, but it has all kind of different like shops in there, and like
Yeah.
they have the best. What is it? A pork sandwich or something?
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
That's where all the local Philly people go. Like that's where
Yep.
you're gonna find everybody who lives in Philly, New Jersey, in that area. They go to that marketplace and they
Yep.
go get pork sandwiches and stuff
All
like
types
that,
of
and
food.
it's
All types of
amazing.
food. All types of food. It is great and it's wonderful. But yeah, and I experienced. We went to Tennessee. Remember that we went and saw the waterfalls. Remember that you like that? That was amazing. That was an amazing experience seeing the waterfalls and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And Tennessee was a great place. Everybody was kind, nice, country, very country. But I don't mind that because, like I said, we're from Virginia, so we're used to that country stuff and stuff like that. So it's amazing. Um, yes, baby. What you want? You want to say something? What you want to say? Huh?
Let me guess, chicken nuggets.
No? Okay, go play. Go play your tablet. Animals. What animals? Huh? What about animals? We with a raccoon. That's awesome. I love you. Go play your tablet, okay? Go play your tablet, princess. All right. I love you. That's my daughter. I'm sorry for that, guys.
But but
But
yeah,
what we're
so
talking about, all your traveling and stuff like that.
yeah, how like if you want to get into it, it's a fun thing to do. You get to see
Yeah.
a bunch of different things, and
Yep.
like you get to experience a lot of different things, meet a lot of cool people along the way. But
Yep.
anyways, let's get back into it. Let's get into something else. What is it?
Hey,
Let's see.
you wanna go ahead and talk about what happened to you at the store today? How you thought something was something, it was something totally different, or you don't want to talk about that?
What?
How the light you got you thought was only 8 inches or 9 inches, but comes to find out it was talking about the light itself that was 9 inches, and
Uh,
and your whole freaking pole is like 8 foot or something like that.
yeah.
I'm surprised you ain't read it on the package. I'm surprised you didn't read
I
more
just saw
about
a
it.
9 inches, a 9 inch light stand, and I was like,
Nine
why would
inches.
they
You put
make
it
it
on the
like?
table.
Why would they make us? Why? But no, they're talking about the light itself is 9 inches
Nine
in
inches.
diameter.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's pretty
I
cool.
felt so stupid when I took it out of the box. I was like, this is definitely not 9 inches. And I read the box closer, and I was like, bro, they're talking about the light. Like, what an
Yeah.
idiot! What an idiot!
Oh man. So yeah, bro. So you got any questions you want to ask me? Anything, bro?
What? I got a good question.
Go ahead.
What brought you to Christianity?
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, I had a mental breakdown. I'm gonna put it out there. Um, so in my past, I had an addiction. It wasn't the great addiction. It wasn't is something that you shouldn't be doing. It was nothing hard, nothing crazy. Just a little bit of weed and stuff like that. But I had a mental breakdown, and then my brother actually came down to help me with this, and he actually took me to the hospital because I was not letting nobody take me nowhere, cause just in my head. And my brother knew that, so he literally had to come down, and I saw him coming through. I'm like, "Why are you here?" But besides the point, I think from that and then transition over to being into where I was and stuff like that, it just God just got a hold of me, and from there I slowly started to seek God and seek Jesus and slowly give my life to God. And now I'm at a point to where this is my testimony. And now I'm at the point to where I fully am for God and Jesus, and He is my Lord and Savior. I'm not addicted to nothing anymore. I'm set free from all that past and everything that I went through. I feel better. I feel great. And at the end of the day, it was God that saved me. And like they say, God never leaves you. It's us that leaves them. And with that being said, is God is always there. No matter what you're going through, God is always going to be there. You just have to make that choice, and you just have to choose to. I'm going to start loving God. I'm going to start asking God, my Father, for help and stuff like that. So it's very true. And yes, yes, I still feel like God is when that happens, it's not gonna come right away because it's like stages to it that I feel, and it's like you have to be what's the word, demoted, what's the word I'm looking for,
Devoted.
devoted or something. You have to want it, and when God sees that, God is gonna give it. God will give it.
Words are hard, isn't it, Brian?
Bro, I tell you, even when we talk about the do a little podcast, man, I say do a lot and do a little. It's just a tongue twister, man. Trying to come up with these words, it just be at the tip of my tongue sometimes, and it just doesn't want to come out. You know what I'm saying? Has anybody ever had that happen to them? I know I'm not the only one.
And it
Yeah,
happens to
bro.
me all the time.
So that's what honestly brought me to God, and now I just want to change people's lives. And also, like how we talked about in our past videos, I put all like how we've been through the craziest things in our life and the stuff that we did. I look back at that and I think like, wow, like God really had us through every single obstacle that we faced, and we never knew it. I mean, I never knew it. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that it's life, and honestly, it's not. It's life, but God is giving you these obstacles for a reason, and that's just
Hmm.
how I feel, and that's what brought me to God, and now here I am, brother. I'm alive, live and wealthy. Like they say, live in the flex.
Well, since you brought up our past and everything, I guess it would be a good time to give everybody a backstory about how we were brought up, like what happened in our past,
Right, in
and
detail, right? In
yeah,
detail.
in
Okay,
detail, what happened in our past to get our story out there and get people to realize, like, we
the
went
stuff
through
that.
this struggle and we
Hmm.
made it out of there and we became the people we are today, even with all odds against us. I mean,
Yep.
we had a lot of help in our later years in life, but
Hmm.
before that, we didn't have anybody really besides
Well,
me, you, and our other brothers and sisters, our siblings.
and that's it. And honestly, it wasn't the best of life. Our mom wouldn't be around. Sometimes, even if she was around, she wasn't around because she was always doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing.
She
Or
was a drug addict. Brian's trying
yeah,
to dance around it. She was a drug
yeah,
addict. Our dad
yeah.
was an alcoholic. He left when Brian was probably 1, 2 years old, out of the picture.
Hmm.
Um, and then it was just, she was a drug addict. She would be gone months at a time, like
Yep,
leave us at the house where
yep.
we would run out of groceries, or she would use what little money she had that
For
she should have been
drugs.
putting towards groceries, she would put it towards drugs. So even when she was home, we really didn't have food. We know how it is to
Right.
be hungry. Like,
Yep.
we would have to go steal food from
Yep.
stores to so we
Yep.
could eat and feed our
Yep.
brothers and sisters. And
Yep.
it was a rough time in our life.
Really.
And that's kind of what made me become the Christian I am today, because at first I looked at it as an anger thing and I was like, God, why would, if there is a God, like, why would he let somebody go through that?
Right.
And then at the end of the day, he gives us free will, and
Right.
it just sucked that our free will wasn't in the effect at that point. Our
Right.
mom's free will led her to do drugs, which caused us to
Uh,
have a kind of a rough life. So it
right.
wasn't anything that we decided to do, but because somebody decided to let drugs take over their lives instead of something
Right.
else,
Right.
God gives everybody free will, and
Right.
it
We
was
were
just
forced.
a,
We were
yeah,
like
it
forced.
not really forced. I mean,
No, I feel like we were forced because our mom wasn't there. So how are we supposed to get money at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8? How are we supposed to do that? So the only thing that we had to do was just to take. And unfortunately, that's what we did. And it's not the best. We know how it feels to do these things, and looking back at it, it's the worst thing. It's like literally the worst thing that
I
can
don't
happen
wish it
to a
on
child.
nobody, but
Nobody. But
as I was saying though, like what brought me to Christianity, like I said, I thought I was mad at God because I was like, if there's a God, how could he let somebody go through this? And
Right.
that's not the case. He gives people free will. My mom used her free will to do drugs, and we had to show the repercussions of her decisions.
Right.
And so then I started looking at it and go, okay, well, God gave her free will, but he got us out of that. He, for
Right.
some way, somehow, we survived when we
Yep.
shouldn't have survived. There's
Yep.
been times where we should have been dead.
Yep.
That there was times where like we would go a week without eating and stuff, and we should
Yep.
have died from starvation
Yep.
alone. There was like we didn't get the education everybody else got. We
Nope. Not until we got adopted at
yeah,
and
we
when.
didn't so we would have to bounce around from shelter to shelter,
Mhm.
hotel to hotel, whatever our mom could afford or do at the time. And there
Mhm.
was times we go into a shelter, she'd be gone for a week or two, and we're just at the shelter. And
Mhm.
why nobody called the child protective services to help us, I don't know. But
Oh yeah.
anyways, we didn't have the education that a lot of people have. We missed a lot of school. Luckily, we were always told once we got to a certain point, we were always told we were going to be exactly what our we'll call her Jonah, exactly what Jonah was, which was a drug addict. But luckily, by the grace of God and Him just walking us through life and guiding us and making sure that He was there for us,
We did.
we are not
uh,
in the same situations as
Yep.
our mom was in. And we actually made something of ourselves. So
Yeah.
this is kind of what this podcast is for, is to get our story out there and then
Yeah.
just to help people. Like if you're
Yep.
going through something and you need help with something, contact us. We
That's
won't
it.
we might not be able to help the way you're looking for, but we'll do whatever we can. Like
Exactly.
whatever there is that can, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm always available. Like reach
Yep.
out to the podcast, reach out to the TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
Exactly.
whatever. Like
Exactly. Whatever.
like whatever. Like
Exactly.
this is what we're here for. We're here to
Yep.
spread love and just try to grow a community where everybody just loves each other and is for each other,
Right.
and also kind of to grow the presence of God. I
Yeah.
mean,
It
some
all
people
starts
aren't.
with God. It all starts with God.
It all starts with God. It
And
all starts and ends
ends
with
with
God.
God, and that's it. So I'm gonna go a little bit about what he was saying because I want to cover some other things about Yes, we may not have went weeks without eating real food, but what we did survive off was all the little chocolate candy bars that we had a thief from the store and stuff like that. Like we never had a proper meal to eat.
Now, this is a sidetrack. Brian
Go ahead.
brought it up. It's a little sidetrack. I am not telling you guys this so y'all can come up with a plan to try to
Oh no,
steal stuff
no,
from stores.
no, no, no.
But
We
me
don't
and Brian,
condone that.
huh?
I said we do not condone that.
Me and Brian came up with this mastermind plan at the age of, I'm gonna say 5 and 8. I would get Brian to go up to the clerk and ask, like, "Hey, can you help me with this? Like, I need to
Mhm,
find this," and
mhm.
take them down an aisle. We already knew where everything in the store was. Like,
Yep,
we went to the store like 3 or 4 times before we decided to steal
yep,
from the store.
yep.
Like, we weren't stupid.
Nope.
But
We're street
we
smart,
were
very street smart.
very street smart. So Brian knew where this stuff was, and he knew what we were going in that store to get.
Mhm,
So he would take them down the aisles to look for like toilet paper or whatever
mhm.
away from the stuff where I was stealing, and I would fill my pockets up, run out the store, and Brian would just hang around, act like he was going to get something, and go, "Ah, nah, never mind, y'all don't have what I want," and he
Yep,
just come home.
yep.
And I mean, that's how we did a
That's
lot of
it.
things. It's not something that we condone, but I
Nope.
mean, at
That's
the
just
age of 5 and 8 to be that street smart, I mean,
yep, yep. But I'm not gonna lie, he was the older one, so it came from him. I just listened.
you know what really made me mad the one time though?
What?
So our one time Jonah, she forced me and Brian to steal something. We got caught, and then she act like we did it on our own.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember that? Where
Remember
she was
that?
like, "Yeah, call the cops, arrest them. They should not be stealing."
Yup,
Like,
yup,
woman, you
yup,
told us to steal. So
yup.
our mom kind of embedded. being a thief and stuff in our head at a young age, and
Yep.
that's where a lot of the stuff came from. And once we got older, we realized like, hey, like that's not right. That's not
Yeah,
cool. So
honestly, there was a point of time where we got taken away from our mom and we were put in with our grandma, and it just followed from that to there being at our grandma and the trailer park. We would go around doing stupid things, um,
breaking into houses, breaking into cars,
whatever.
like
Exactly.
it's a wonder we don't have a record. Like we done a
Yes.
lot of dumb things in our
Stuff.
younger
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Luckily, we grew up in the time that we did, because if we were growing up on today's world where
Oh,
everything
we would
gets
have been
put on
dead.
social
We
media,
would have been dead.
everybody has a camera,
We would
we'd
have been
be
dead.
arrested or killed.
That's it, and that's the honestly true. So, but we're only talking about this so you guys can get a little background story about us and how much we change. Because a lot of times people do go through these lifestyles and it's hard for them to change or they get stuck. Like I was stuck for a while and I got caught up on, like I said, in marijuana stuff like that. Just marijuana, nothing else. I promise you guys, that was it. But as I was saying, some people get stuck in these things, and then they might start off with marijuana, and they might go to something else, or go to something else, and go to something else. So like think about it, we were really blessed to be able to not stay in that lifestyle and be able to change, and that came from when we got adopted. It was a blessing because the family that was supposed to actually take us, they were out of town, and they were only going to take some of us. So what they
Yeah,
had
they were gonna
was
take me and Brian.
and that's it. And then so what they had to do, since that family wasn't in town and we needed some place to go right at that time, they called this other family up called the Doolittles, and they
And
took us all in
that's where Do a Little podcast comes from, because our
from yep,
last name is Doolittle.
Doolittle. That's it.
It's just a
And so
play.
that's how, and that's the start of something great. And like I said, um, as I grew up, I was still kind of, when you get taken out of something, it's still embedded inside of you, and
Yeah.
that's we just have to work on ourselves to get out of that. And that's why I kind of went back to the lifestyle that I saw my mom with, and that's just smoking weed, and that's it. I don't condone it. I would do not do it as a believer. It's a sin. And when I changed my life around, I stopped it like a cold turkey. I don't do nothing anymore, like I said, because it's a blessing that God saved us, and took us out of that situation. So, with this being said, you got any stories about when we were younger though? Any
I
more stories?
mean, I mean, there's plenty of stories that we
Let's
can
get
go
started.
over. Like, I mean,
All right, what about the latter story after we got adopted? You
oh
was
my goodness. All right, so
story?
one time after we got adopted, things changed for us. So Brian went into a little bit of it. So it was around Christmas time when we got taken away from our mom. It was December 20th of 2001, I believe. Or no,
Mhm.
2004
No, it was like
or
2000,
5. It
2004.
it was like 2004 or 5, not 2001. I'm sorry. But
Mhm.
it was December 20th of 2004, 2005. We
Yeah.
got taken away from our mom, and we got put in the social services, our child protective custody, whatever you want to call it.
You want to
And
give them
they
a little background about how that happened and how they came in and took us and stuff like that?
no, we don't have to get into all that. Like, and I mean, we
That's for
didn't have.
another video. Another video.
Yeah, we'll just do that. So, the family that me and Brian were supposed to go to were actually in Kentucky visiting their family for Christmas. So
Hmm.
they were out of town. And then the other family was supposed to take our little sister and brother Chris, our little sister Katrina, little brother Chris. They were out of town too. And then the Doolittles were only supposed to get Sabrina, our sister Sabrina. But so all these other families were out of town because of Christmas. The Doolittles happened to be the only ones in town,
Hmm.
and our mom, who is a saint and a
Yes,
blessing,
yes. Our dad too.
she said we're going to take all of them.
All of
My
them.
dad, shocked,
Yes.
not ready. He found
No,
out they were taking all of us, and he was like, are you sure? Like,
right.
you sure that's what you want to do?"
Hmm.
But
Lesson,
our
man.
dad ended up falling in love with us, and
Yeah.
it was a great situation. We have great brothers and sisters that are our adopted parents' biological kids. but our mom and dad's biological kids, and we got great brothers and sisters from it. I mean,
Hmm.
it's nine
Beautiful,
of us all together. We range
beautiful.
from like I think 45, 46 to
What
18,
Chris?
19.
Chris 19.
We got a big family, but
Yep.
so yeah, that's just a little background history on us. But anyway, so Brian wanted to tell you about this ladder story. So it was probably Christmas of what? Christmas of 2007. I don't know why I said
Maybe
27.
maybe 2007, 2008. Yeah, around.
2007, 2008. My mom, she was a stickler. She loves Christmas lights.
Yep.
She
Yep.
loves the decorations in the yards, the Christmas lights.
All
Me
that.
and Brian being the age we were, our dad, of course, going, I don't want to put it up.
Yep. Yep.
Brian, Marcus, go put the Christmas lights up for in the decorations in the yard for your mom.
Uh,
All
uh,
right, Dad, we'll get it.
yep. We got it.
Brian's supposed to be holding a ladder. I'm up on a ladder. Now, we only lived in a one-story home. It was a five-bedroom, three-bath, one-story home. It was a
Hmm.
pretty decent size for a one-story, but
Yep.
so it wasn't like I was two stories in the air, but I was still up there.
Yep.
And so I was up there putting I was probably like 13 at the time, putting the
Hmm.
Christmas lights on, hanging them little clips, putting the Christmas lights on. Well, Brian goes, "Hey, instead of reaching that far, let's just move the ladder." I said, "If you hold the ladder, I can reach out a little bit and I'll be able to reach it, and that way when we move, we can go that much farther and we got that less space." And Brian goes, "No, we'll just move the ladder." So we're arguing. As we're arguing, I'm reaching to go put the light up. The ladder starts slipping. I grab the gutter, screaming for dear life, telling Brian to help me, help me. Brian's about to pee himself because he's laughing so hard.
So
I'm
hard.
trying to lift my leg up on the roof, sitting here trying to pull myself up, and it was not working out for me.
Listen,
Our
listen.
dad comes out mad as heck, going, "What in the heck are you two doing?" He
Hmm.
sees the ladder falling, Brian laughing. He automatically thinks Brian pushed the ladder on me.
Uh,
And I'm like, just get the ladder up. Finally, they get the ladder up. I get down. Brian's about to get in trouble. I was like, nah, Dad, it wasn't Brian. I was reaching over. He just wasn't holding on to the ladder at the
hmm.
time when I was reaching over. And he told me not to do it in
Hmm.
his defense. But I mean, if he
Man,
would have held the ladder, if he would have had the ladder, we would have been good. If he would have held the ladder, we would have been good.
if I could just picture this, right? Him having one leg up on the roof, the other leg dingling, and he's screaming for help. Talking about, get the ladder, get the ladder. I'm looking up, just dying, bro, because it was funny, bro. It was
So
so
that
funny.
same Christmas though, so my dad had these reindeer things that
Hmm.
the head moves on. They were like these metal frame with lights
Hmm.
wrapped around the metal frame and the head move. When
Hmm.
we were pulling them out, we broke the head on the one.
Oh yes, yes. We try to fix it up.
We tried to fix it up and I don't know, like the head like snapped off, but like we got it up there at a certain point to where
Mhm.
it stayed in position.
It didn't move, and it was supposed
But
to be
it didn't
it was an
move.
automated hit, so it's
Yeah,
supposed.
it was the automated head that went up and down, but we got it to hold it up upright in a certain position to where it didn't look broke, but it wouldn't move. And my
Right.
dad noticed that and was like, "Hey, why is that deer head not moving?" And went over there and touched the head. The head just falls off the deer head.
I said, Dad, why'd you break it?
He looked at us and said, "Which one y'all do that?" Brian goes, "Dad, why'd you break the deer head? Like, what are you doing?" Trying to blame our dad for doing something we did. Our dad was not having it though. He was not okay with
He
that.
was not, bro. He was not, man. He was not. That is wild. That is wild.
That
We
was
did a lot of
wild.
crazy things. That is wild. Remember the time when a officer came to the house because we were going too fast on the bicycle?
Oh
Remember that?
yes. So we lived in a gated community. After we got adopted, we lived in a gated community. It was a real strict. Before
Yep.
they opened it up for everybody, it used to be a retirement community.
Yep.
You had
Just
to
for
be
older people.
55 or older to live in there. But a lot of the houses wasn't selling, so then they opened it up for anybody and everybody to live
Yep.
there.
Yep.
But of course, it's a retirement home first, so they catered to a lot of the older people,
Right. So they
like a
had
lot
strict.
of the rules, like we couldn't ride skateboards. We couldn't like do a lot of things. Like we
But they
had
had a
four
place.
wheelers and
They had a place that if you want to ride a skateboard, you have to go to that place. You just can't be on the street riding a
well,
skateboard.
they didn't have that skate park until after when
Yeah,
we first moved in there. They didn't have the skate
you're
park.
right.
We lived there
You're
for like
right.
2 years before they built that
You're
skate
right.
park
You're right. You're right.
because
You're right.
a lot of kids were getting in trouble for riding
Skateboard.
skateboards through the
Right.
neighborhood. I mean,
Right.
it was a big neighborhood. I mean,
Yes.
I don't I
It was
couldn't.
huge. It was huge.
We had like three lakes in the or no,
Yeah.
two lakes. It was
There's
two
one
lakes.
big lake and then
It
one
was a big lake
one
and
big
then
lake.
a
And then,
small lake
but
and
this lake wasn't small though. We say small. That is what they named it. They named it the big lake and the small lake. The small lake was still like, if you stood on one side, you couldn't see the other side of the lake. Like
yeah, I mean
that's the small lake.
they were pretty big lakes. I mean,
Yep.
people would water ski on the big lake. You could go water skiing. They had like jumps where like you could like water board and stuff and jump
Yep.
the
They hold
jumps
the
and
bass tournaments.
they had
It's a
bass
big.
tournaments there.
It
They
was a
had
big lake.
so anyways, so getting off track, we were riding our bikes around the neighborhood with our friends and everything, and the speed limit on the main roads were 20 miles an hour. Okay, we were riding down this big hill, like on the one side of the lake, there was this really steep hill, and if you hit it right, you could get some speed on a bike.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we were going 25 miles an hour or something. I don't really remember how fast we were going. We would come down that hill and there's a security guard. We had our own security. I know I talk funny. It is what it is. But we had our own security guards and he clocked us going 25 or something and started chasing us. Well, they had these paths in the woods that were
That's
supposed to
going back.
be walking paths. You're not supposed to ride a bike on them. But me and Brian, like, oh crap, we're about to get in trouble. We dipped in the walking paths and took the woods back to our house, and the
Mm-hmm.
security guard couldn't keep up. But he knew where we lived and everything. Everybody knew everybody around there, so
Yep.
like they knew where everybody lived. So they basically showed up at our house, knocked on the door. My dad answers and go, "Hey, can I help you?" He's like, "Yeah, your kids were going too fast on the bike. I wrote them a ticket." And my dad's like, "Do what?" He's like, "Yeah, they were going. Again, I can't remember off the top of my head how fast we were going. I just know it was like, or no, it was the posted speed limit on the main roads are 15 miles an hour, and we were going
Yeah.
20 miles an hour is what it
Yeah.
was."
Yeah.
And he was like, they were going too fast, and my dad's like, on like a dirt bike or something, like were they riding a dirt bike, like were he's like, nah, they had their pedal bikes. My dad got mad. He's like, are you kidding me? You're
Yep.
about to write them a ticket for a pedal bike? And let's just say that security guard got told very unnicely to get off our yard before things happened to him that he wouldn't like.
Yep.
And he left, and
That was
after
it.
that, the security guards did not like me and Brian because of the specific fact that our dad was like, "You got to be kidding me! Like
Yep.
that is
He literally
absolutely
told
stupid."
him. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was, and it was wild. Um, sorry. My throat was a little dry from all this
Yeah,
talk.
mine is too.
Mm.
But anyway, so is there any stories that stick out to you that you would like to share with the audience or anything?
Um,
Oh, I got a good one.
go
I
ahead.
got a good one.
Go ahead.
So, our older brother John, we used to go to our older brother John's house, who he was married to Gina. We
Hmm.
would go to our older brother John and Gina's house and
Hmm.
stay the night, play video games with our older brother all the time and stuff like that. One time, Brian fell asleep early on the couch.
Oh, we talking about the habanero
We
sauce?
got habanero hot sauce, put it in a syringe because Gina was a nurse and she had syringes and stuff. Put it in a syringe and shot it in Brian's mouth. I wish you guys could have seen his reaction. He
Bro,
shot up so
why?
fast. Going first, he was like this, and as soon as I guess the heat hit him, his eyes jumped up like this. He jumped up and ran. And it was like,
Listen, that sucks. And the other thing about their house was like haunted. Like it was
yeah, it
legitimately
was
haunted.
haunted. Like
The radio will come on, and every time the radio will come on, it'll be the same song, and the song was like, Big Booty bouncing everywhere, or something like that.
No, no, it was not.
It was I could have sworn it was that song, bro. Every single well, the time that I heard it, it was that song. It was an older song about big booty bouncing everywhere, bouncing. That's what it was. On
No, it was not.
then what song
The
was it?
It was some old country song, Brian.
No, no, not when I was
Yes.
there. Every time I was there, it wasn't no country song. It was the big. It was some rap song. It was the big booty bouncing everywhere, bouncing everywhere. And that used to be my favorite song. So I used to jam to it when it come on. I'm not gonna lie. I used to jam on it. But yeah, bro,
uh,
toast would get flying across the room. Like you'd be
yeah,
literally
like
there
we
playing
would
a game
sit there
on
and
TV. And them
we would
toasts would
sit
just
there and watch TV. We would sit there and watch TV, and my brother had like his totes out for his Christmas stuff. It was around Christmas time, and we were sitting there watching TV with my brother, and the lid for the tote just got thrown across the room, and my brother's like, "Yep, he's here." And
Yep.
like windows would or pictures would get knocked off the wall,
Yep.
doors would get open at night randomly,
Yep.
lights would flicker.
Wow.
It was a wild
He
time.
woke up with bruises on his side one day, and there was another time when he said he was getting ready for work in the morning, and he went in his closet to get his outfit and stuff like that, and he said he couldn't. It was like something was holding him. He couldn't move. He couldn't turn around or nothing like that. It's wild. And when we would take pictures in the house and stuff like that, of when it was gatherings and stuff like that, there would be orbs showing up in
Hmm.
in the picture. And there was one time where I don't know why. I'm the ghost name was Roger. That's what they named the ghost. They
They
named him
named him
Roger.
Roger, and I don't think he liked his name because when
That's
you call
probably
him
what it
Roger,
was.
he would go crazy. They would be
Crazy,
like Roger's back, and next thing you know, something would fly across the room.
honestly.
I really
But
don't
yeah,
think he liked the name Roger.
I don't think so. Anyways, Roger. It was a point in time when he would only knock our little brother's pictures off the wall. And when you go up, so when you walk into the house, and stairs going this way, and stairs going this way, and at the top railing, our brother Jonathan had like pictures of us, of his
Well,
siblings, of
all
that.
up that wall,
And
all up
also
the
on the
wall.
wall, he would have pictures of us too. And there was a couple pictures that had our little brother Chris in it. And those were the only pictures that would ever get touched
Get
by the
broken and
ghost.
knocked off.
These
All
two were,
the other pictures would be left alone. Those
yep,
like the one picture of Chris was shattered and
hmm,
thrown like down the second flight of stairs. And
yep.
like so my parents wouldn't allow my little brother Chris to go over there because they're like
They thought
obviously
the ghost had
that
something
ghost don't
against
like
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah,
Chris done did something. But my brother has dogs or had dogs. We'd be over there and they just stare into a wall and start growling and barking, and you're like, what the heck? Like
mhm,
it would make the hair on the back of your neck stand up and stuff. It was
yep,
definitely weird. And then every time we would stay the night over there, our brother John would be like, okay, y'all gotta sleep in because like Brian said, there was stairs going this way up to like you would go up and the kitchen was straight there, and you would go downstairs and there was a room straight back and right to your right. And to the right was his guest bedroom. And it
mhm,
was basically the basement because up north, a lot of the houses are built that way. And
yep.
it was a basement, but it was also a
It was a
two
finished
bedrooms
basement.
down there.
Yeah.
And so he'd be like, all right, you guys got to go sleep in the basement.
Mm.
And it was the worst. Like I did it one time and I didn't sleep because you
After
feel
that, we
like
just
somebody's
out.
watching you. Doors would open randomly and you're just like,
No, it
what
wasn't for.
what do I do?
It was
Like
not for us. It was not
so
for us. We would
after
just start
that I
sleeping on
would
the
sleep.
couch.
The only time I would stay there is if it was in the living room with the TV on.
Yep.
I had to
Yep.
have the TV on just because of light, not gonna lie. I didn't want
Actually,
pitch black.
half the time we were trying to literally stay up all night and just play video games because we didn't want to go to sleep.
We
Like,
didn't want to
like,
sleep.
like we would
We'd
have to
sleep during the
pass
day.
out. We would like literally have to pass out because we were
Yeah,
up
we
trying to.
would literally pass out because we were so tired. But a lot of times it was during the day, and that's when John and Gina was up. So we were like, "Hey, they got us."
Right,
Like,
right. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us.
so
But
that's
yeah,
when we would sleep.
that's yeah. So if anybody else have ever had any encounters like that, be free to share and comment and do whatever you would like to do. Also, I remember a time this happened before we got adopted. I know we're doing a lot of bouncing around and stuff like that. So if it's a little confusion for you guys, we're sorry. But as I'm saying, we went to this haunted house. If you want to go ahead and tell them about that, you remember that? That was a wild. That was wild
Well, we
too.
can save that for the next episode. We're about to wrap it up here.
All right,
We're about to be done with this episode and everything.
all
So
right,
the
that's
next
fine.
episode we'll get into the other haunted house experience. It was when we were before we were adopted, and it was a wild time. It was
Wow,
like
crazy.
it was just
It will
wild.
blow you
But
guys' mind.
we appreciate you guys stopping by, dropping in, and
Yes.
just watching us and spending
Would you like
time
to
with
end
us and
there?
everything.
Would you like to end it with a prayer, or would you like me to say a prayer? How you want to do it?
You can go ahead and say the prayer.
All right. As we bow here, thank you, Heavenly Father, for today. Thank you for giving us a chance to breathe the air that you give us. Thank you for everything that you do for us and everything that you did for us, God. We appreciate everything, God. I ask that you continue to watch over us, continue to guide us, to keep us calm in any and every situation, God. I I pray that the people that watch our videos, they be encouraged to just follow you, God, and to just see what happens and stuff like that, God. I pray that you touch each and everyone that watches the video heart in their own way. Let your will be done, God, as it is in heaven. Let your will be done as it is on earth, God. Thank you for everything that you're doing. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
That's it.
All right, guys. We'll
That's
catch
it.
y'all later.
That's it. You guys have a blessed one. All right. We're out. Welcome